Well, two firsts on this trip. First time I've ever shot a bull while it was fighting, and first time we've ever extracted an elk from a lake.
All right, morning of day 4, I think. It is the 4th or the 3rd. Cory's gonna do some shuttling of the game bags down to town where they have a cooler. So Roy and I are just gonna go up here and sit on the opening that had 2 bulls in it yesterday morning, and day before yesterday we jumped a bull in there, so we'll sit there for a few hours, then we'll come back to camp, ride the bikes back down, go to town, drop off the meat, and then recharge some batteries and come back up this afternoon. But hopefully before this afternoon there'll be another bull getting quartered out and put in little baggies. Sat here for a couple of hours and it has been dead silent, same as all the other days. We're gonna head back down to camp, load up some of the stuff that we don't need to pack back to the truck, and we'll grab some of the meat, start making our way back. Cory should be back for the last load here in about an hour or so give us time to get to camp and get packed up.
But we are back at it. We're gonna run up and check on the bull from 2 days ago, see if he's available for an interview.
So that bull from a couple days ago, the side that we dropped in on, seems to be right back in that same timber patch. So knowing what we know now, I think our best bet is going to be to drop in from this side and come up under him. It'll keep the wind pulling down in the morning. Should be pulling down this creek drainage that runs right behind us here. And we know we can take this road all the way down and drop in. And there's a pretty good trail through there. And he's got decent amounts of openings to be living in there, so hopefully we can get in and get some lanes where we can get some shots. he's up there a ways. I don't know if it's that far. Sound like a little quiet people. Some guys in the next clear cut over, the next timber patch over, that are bugling back at me when I bugle. Last time we heard that bull, he was still just a couple hundred yards out in front of us, this direction to the east, and they're all to the west. So I'm not sure what they're calling for, but this guy just basically completely shut up as soon as we got down in here. We relocated him on our way in, got a better idea where he was. Sounded like he was raking something, and right after we first located him, he broke a big stick or branch or something. And then he just hasn't made a noise ever since we got down in here. saw one like walking away, and then I heard this crashing down here. I don't know if it was the same one.
So it's always an adventure. Tyler was rodeoing with his kids at a high school rodeo, and one of the horses colicked yesterday, one of their good horses. And so I called him yesterday and said, hey, what time are we leaving? And he said, actually, I'm on my way to Washington to an emergency vet clinic. So he is up there tonight trying to save their rodeo horse. And so Ty and I, we only got 4 days left basically to hunt. So we can't give up another day. So Ty and I are going to go do it. Ty's going to try to call and shoot. Or excuse me, call and shoot the camera and do the best we can. All right, day 5, first morning. Ty and I hiked in. We have no Tyler, so we got cameraman and caller on the same. We came into a completely different spot, blind, never hunted in here, so we've got just day packs. We're gonna try to make a big loop, see if we can find something that's worth coming back into. So first bugle in the morning. Nothing super fresh. We just got duck floated. There's a hunter not very far away, just let off a little weak bugle, for sure, a hunter. There's one other guy in the trail when he came in, so it's gotta be him. We end up in the same spot. Friday morning, we've been grinding it. We rode about 4 to 5 miles into this area this morning in the dark. It's a major elevation game, but this mountain has had a bunch of elk on it all week. We've just finally made it over here, so hopefully they'll start talking here. We've already seen a group of raghorns on a ridge over here. This is kind of where they're congregating right now, so we'll hike up this mountain a ways, keep the thermals coming down. Hope they have a fun morning. was shooting right, Jeff. I was right behind the front shoulder. He got in there far enough, though. He got in there far enough. There, we get it. Took my time, perfect shot. So you probably all saw how that went down, but it was a pretty incredible experience this morning. I don't know what's going on with, I'm never one to make excuses, but I didn't hit that ball where I was aiming, but anyway, got good penetration, pretty good penetration, and we got really good blood, so I might have got an artery or something in there, but keep our fingers crossed. Looks good so far. So it's been a couple hours. We followed blood to the edge of this timber over here, and the elk were still milling around out in this open sage flat. Anyway, we came to the edge. That's where we followed the blood to, and the elk bumped a little bit, and we had a herd of 50 run down this flat, and there was about 8 bulls in there. Obviously, there were some big bulls that weren't the one that I shot. We followed blood to the edge of this timber over here.
I don't think he's rutting yet, honestly.
All right, well, you'll notice I'm flying solo today. I've been sick the last week or so and didn't want to spread it to Donnie and John, so I offered to film this outro solo. So I apologize already. I had questions ready for Donnie that I know everybody's dying to ask. You notice Donnie, when he was hunting with Roy, was doing more of his side mouth bugling, and getting a lot of comments about that. So I was going to ask Donnie about his side mouth bugling, but you're going to have to wait till next time. So I was packing out meat the morning of this hunt, and Roy and Donnie just went up just above camp and sat for a couple hours to get in a morning hunt, and then they'll be joining me to shuttle the rest of the meat out. But Cory at Angry Spike doing an incredible job getting into elk this year. He's got a ton of action, lots of bugling. Again, they're back on a bull that, you know, he's pushing in, and that's kind of the go-to strategy there, is being aggressive. You get a bull bugling, you can't just sit there and bugle and hope to call that bull into your setup. As you'll notice, Cory is bugling and the bull answers and he moves in and being super aggressive, and this time just happened to get caught in one of those areas where it's pretty unlikely, but Cory found a spot where you could see 40 or 50 yards, and unfortunately, as he was pushing in, bumped that bull, and Roy was able to see the bull that was moving off. But you'll notice Lenny hunting kind of by himself today. They came out for a few days, and Lenny, I think, had mountain bike race with his son. Tyler had rodeo stuff, and so they took a few days from hunting to do that. And over the weekend, Tyler, one of their horses got really sick, so he had to make an emergency trip to the vet, which left Lenny hunting just with cameraman Ty, which cameraman Ty is a jack of all trades. Not only can he run a camera, but while he's doing that, he can also run a bugle tube and spot elk. And so he's kind of doing it all with Lenny today. But they pulled out of the area they were in, the steep, deep, rugged area. Just wasn't being productive. And you'll notice Lenny mentioned that he's now hunting an area where he's never hunted before, unfamiliar with it. They ended up having another hunter bugle really close to him. And that'll be today's strategy for success. And that is having multiple backup areas ready when you head out hunting. And in the last episode, I talked about the importance of not getting stuck in a rut and moving to new areas when an area you're hunting isn't productive. It can be really hard to move if you don't have other areas in mind to move to. So before you even head out, whether it's through actual scouting or just e-scouting, it's important to identify multiple areas that you can move to if you aren't finding elk or aren't being productive in the area that you initially selected. And e-scouting is a really good way to get an idea for areas that might hold elk. And most times I'm going to have a backup plan for every single day. So if I'm hunting 8 days, I'm going to have 8 backup plans. And what that's going to allow me to do is move every single day if I need to. And I'm going to prioritize those. It might be an area that's right there close by to the first area, or it might be based on an area that I think is going to be most productive next. And that might mean pulling up camp and moving several miles. But it's really important to have multiple backup areas, because if you don't, when you get into that area, you're not being productive, you aren't seeing elk, you aren't hearing bugles. It's really hard to leave if you don't know where to go. And if you're sitting there scratching your head trying to think of, man, where could we go and find elk tomorrow? You're probably going to end up hunting the same area and having the same results. So having backup plans is super important. And that's today's strategy for success that's brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. And speaking of e-scouting, if you haven't checked out the University of Elk Hunting online course, there's an entire module that's dedicated to e-scouting for elk and finding backup areas. And the University of Elk Hunting online course is now part of the Outdoor Class family. And you can sign up for a membership at outdoorclass.com. That's going to get you access to the entire original University of Elk Hunting online course, plus all the new courses that are being added to Outdoor Class. Mule deer hunting with Remy Warren, late season rifle elk hunting with Randy Newberg. There's backcountry survival and comfort with John Barklow that's just coming out. There's a new antelope hunting module from Randy that's coming out. There's cooking with Jamie Teagan, another cooking module. There's just a ton of online courses related to hunting and the outdoors. And you can go to outdoorclass.com to sign up for that and just use the promo code ELK101, and you're going to save 20% when you sign up. And the big news in this episode is Mark Skousen. And the Skousens are absolutely into elk this season. Jeff shot his bull. I think there were 4 bulls there on the skyline when he shot his. And now Mark and Jeff have placed themselves right where all the elk are funneling through. I couldn't even tell you how many bulls were there, 7, 8 probably, that came through with all those cows. They happened to just set up in the right place. A bull came down right below where the cows were going, and Mark was there and ready to capitalize. And unfortunately, it looks like his shot didn't go where he wanted it to go. He obviously, as soon as he shot, said, that wasn't where I was aiming. Looked like it was a little bit high and a little bit right, which, you've got that scapula up there, a lot to be concerned about. And we get a lot of comments about these cliffhangers, but honestly, it's not on purpose. This is just, each episode is a half-a-day hunt, and where they are, they shot the bull in the morning and they're tracking it, and we've progressed into afternoon. So apologize. Well, not really. There's a cliffhanger here, and we're just gonna have to come back in the next episode and see how it all shakes out. But super exciting encounter. Mark and Jeff, I know, will do everything they can looking for that bull, as they did with Jeff's, and we saw that they had a favorable outcome there with not much blood and a tough tracking job. So we'll see in the next episode how things turn out for Mark. But what an incredible encounter to have that bull come by at 10, 12 yards and be broadside right there and be able to get a shot on that bull. One more thing, promo code ELK101, talked about it for outdoor class. It's also good at peaksequipment.com. So if you go to Peaks Equipment, you're going to save 10% there using the promo code ELK101. And that's where you're going to go to buy the Destination Elk V5 t-shirt that's going to get you entered to win the Peaks Lifetime giveaway. So one lucky winner who buys a t-shirt is going to win all the product that Peaks currently has out and all the product that they come out with in the future for life. So a huge package there, an incredible opportunity. And then today's daily episode giveaway includes the Peaks Z poles. Also, we have the Mountain Ops Bull Rush, which Bull Rush has been very popular. Mountain Ops has been very kind to continue to try to get a stock and an inventory of this product for us for Destination Elk. It's still available as of right now. They've got some stock. Just look down in the description down below and you'll have a link to be able to purchase Bull Rush. But one lucky winner of today's episode is going to get the Z poles from Peaks, a tub of Mountain Ops Bull Rush, a $100 gift card from Mountain Ops. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is kicking in an annual membership and some apparel. And then we also have the Yeti Yonder water bottles, new water bottles from Yeti, and the custom Destination Elk travel mug. So all you have to do to enter that daily giveaway, as you probably know, is just leave a comment down below. Any comment down below gets you entered. For the Peaks Lifetime giveaway, you purchase the Destination Elk V5 shirt, only available at peaksequipment.com, and Outdoor Class, University of Elk Hunting online course at outdoorclass.com. And Elk 101 promo code's good at all those places. So apologize, we don't have a dad joke here in the outro. I'm not even going to try to take Donnie's place in that responsibility. So we'll get Donnie to make up for it next time he's here. Appreciate, as always, everybody, all of your support. The comments are so overwhelmingly positive, and we really appreciate you leaving the feedback and that positivity. It's energizing, and we absolutely love being a part of this community. So we will catch you in the next episode. We'll see if Cory Ford can track down that bull that he's screaming after, and we'll see if Mark and Jeff are able to put a happy ending on finding Mark's bull. And Donnie and I will be back out with Roy and chasing, I was going to say bugles, but we haven't had a lot of bugles to chase yet. So we'll be chasing elk sightings and encounters, and we'll see if Tyler can make it back with Lenny and relieve cameraman Ty from having to call and film. So catch you in the next episode. Appreciate you as always.